how to pitch. This is my job. I'm not talking about purely mentoring. I'm not talking about just a little bit of coaching. I go through close to 1,000 pitches a year. Anybody, let's say, could be in a refugee camp with 80,000 people, and I'm listening to a woman that wants to build a parental control application. I can listen to an engineer who's building components for a car to make it into a hybrid. Normal plain car, turn into a hybrid. I can work with a scientist who tries to regenerate cartilage tissue, so your knees, using stem cells. I go for a massive amount of different companies, guys. Liquor, defense, cybersecurity, and I come from Estonia. Now, Estonia, how many of you know where Estonia is? Could you please raise your hand? Excellent. Small nation making some noise. Now, how many people here are entrepreneurs? People who are owning a business or building a business? Hands up. People working for the government or semi-government. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting an idea. Right. So because I work with so many industries, you will not surprise me. But what I will do with you guys is that I will be asking for volunteers. Now, I have a slide deck, but I'm not going to start with my slides. Instead, I'm going to show you what I do. To do that, I need a volunteer. We are going to have a chat. 10, 15 minutes, depending the complexity of the subject. I'm going to memorize what the person has said to me. I'm going to edit it in my mind, and then I will do a pitch, which on average takes me from 2 to 2.5 minutes. Now, a pitch, by the way, for people who don't know, just to be clear, is a short speech, usually ranging from 1 minute to 3 minutes. And in my context, sometimes it's about sales, sometimes about fundraising. So companies pitching for capital. Just to be clear, I understand there's a few people in the room who don't always know. So here's what I need right now from one of you.
So certainly in terms of looking at
I like that, already fast. Just to be I have to give a disclaimer. I'm going to ask you questions. Now, some of them will be personal. Now, I'm not going to ask about your pets or your family, but I might ask you about your childhood to a degree. What I want to understand is what made you, who you are. I want to understand what you do, why you do it. That's the big one. Remind me, my friends from Bahrain, how do you say why in Arabic?
More accurate to say when we look at the employment,
Leish, the local pronunciation of it. So I'm going to be asking that a lot. That's a hard, sneaky question. Finally, I'll ask you what you need. Is that clear? All right, so it's not going to be always easy. Sir, you wanted to volunteer? You're still going? Please welcome this man on stage with a warm hand of applause. Please, please, please. Now, I'm going to give you a microphone.
Higher low-cost expatriates, and I suspect they have historically done that.
Excellent.
As a way of
you want to take a selfie at some point, right? Recording. I like that. I like that. Please quickly introduce yourself, what your name is, and maybe your company's name.
Adel from Tunisia.
Tunisia. Once more, your name. Pardon me. I don't always learn how to pronounce it.
National population.
Is there a shorter version of that?
That is becoming
Adele.
Singer.
Adele. Yes. Excellent. You're very kind to me. So my name is Gleb. Now here's what's going to happen. This is not the most exciting bit all the time. I'm going to try to get it down to within 10 minutes, 10:30, maybe something like this. I'm going to ask him questions, so this will feel like Q&A. I'm going to be just going after it. It might feel like a conversation between two people. So I'm not always going to be engaging you like this. Now, here's what the process goal is. I need to extract enough information to understand who you are, what you do, why you do it, what your ask is. Clear? Now, sometimes you might be giving me vague answers, and I will not understand what you're actually doing, such as, oh, I handle innovation. Oh, I don't understand what innovation is. You feel me? So this is what it's going to be. Now, some of it is going to be extremely tedious, so I will not be offended if you will pick up your phone. But I encourage you to pay attention to the process regardless, because that's the same thing that's going to apply to you. Now, you might not immediately see it, but I'm basically showcasing how to make wine. And sometimes making wine is not exciting. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Clear? Adele. Adele, so what is the name of your company, organization you're involved with?
Afkar.
Afkar, Adele and Afkar. What does Afkar do?
It's an early stage incubator.
What is an early stage incubator? Keep in mind, I've worked with early stage companies, and sometimes the range of that is very broad and wide.
Idea stage.
Idea stage. So can you break down how a day-to-day thing looks for you? So do you meet a lot of founders?
So we have a focus on creative industries, content creators, and social innovators. We have a batch of 18 people just joined. This is our first batch.
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs, yes.
Content creation and media?
And social innovation.
What is social innovation?
It's about solving social problems through startup way of thinking and making proof of concept and
Okay, this is what I meant. So he's giving me a lot of words. Now I understand the direct meaning of those words. What I don't understand is the context he's coming from. He gave me a bit of information. I'm just walking you through a little bit. That he has 18 entrepreneurs in his batch. He's an incubator. Now I still don't understand the details of it. It's quite broad. Governments usually speak like this. Big buzzwords sometimes. Innovation is important, but I rather want to hear at least one story for one of your batches, or micro example. You feel me? Remind me, so Adele and the name of your company is?
Afkar.
Afkar. All right, Afkar. Can you give me one example of one of the founders in one of your batches from those 18? Is that correct? Can you give me one example?
One of the incubees is working on a solution for parking in the city. So imagine you are around for
obviously that's not an option
place for your car and you cannot find it, and she figured
how
that she
good or
can
how
solve the
bad
problem
would
with
it be for Bahrain to set up
a
something
solution,
like
a technical
Where's this?
solution.
Where are you from again?
She's from Tunisia.
Should they do
Tunisia.
it?
And so this is for a city in Tunisia, capital city?
Yes.
Can you remind me what the capital is? Because I'm not that good in geography.
Tunis.
Tunis. So how many people currently are in Tunis?
Daily, it's about 4 million. By
million.
night, it's 1 million. It's like all the cities. They come from suburbs.
Oh, that's very good. Tunis? So Tunisia was it?
Yes.
Tunisia. Again, the name of the incubator.
Afkar.
Afkar. Afkar. Afkar. Formula One. Afkar. Afkar. I like that. Afkar. So the name of this founder who's doing this?
Shams.
Shams. So a lady, man?
A lady.
A lady is building an application for Tunis in Tunisia, the capital city, that overnight turns into a 1 million city, and during the day it's a 4 million city, which means people are coming from the suburbs, which they have to acquire in a parking space.
Absolutely.
And she's solving a very big problem for the capital city of Tunisia. Is that correct?
Actually, she don't have the solution. She just figured the problem and will take her through different steps to figure out which technology will allow to find a place in an area.
All right, 7 more minutes, guys. 7 more minutes. I thank you for your patience. I need information to construct a 2-minute pitch, plus minus. That's what we're doing right now. I'm showing you what's normally done behind the scenes. I know it's not the most exciting, but I'm reminding you where this is heading. People who did not understand immediately. Afkar, incubator, how long have you been operating for?
2 months.
2 months, so you're quite fresh. You already have a batch of 18 companies.
Yes.
I love that. So one of them is from Tunisia. She's building basically an application to find a parking spot. Because she's from that city, she knows the problem. 4 million to 1 million. Cool, I like that. What is your background? So I understand what got you to care about helping those 18 entrepreneurs. I want to see your raison d'être, where basically your reason for being.
I'm an entrepreneur myself. I built 3 companies. One of them, the last, is called Boost. It's an early stage equity-based accelerator, and it was fucked up in 1 year.
I like the candor of that. I like that. So occasionally I will also curse, occasionally. People who are not comfortable with that, you can raise your hand. I will not be offended. All right, just to be clear, thank you. So let's slowly tone down our language. We have very different cultures here, so profanity occasionally can insult certain sentiments. I'm aware of that. I have a similar challenge. So your name is Adele. This is Faskar? Again? Afkar. Close. Afkar. You built another accelerator incubator before. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, clear. And how long have you been in the accelerator incubator space?
Since 2015.
2015.
Yes.
So the past 4 years, is that correct?
Yes.
So you've been specializing how many incubators and accelerators? 2, 3?
This is the second iteration.
Second, clear. And so you were an entrepreneur before that?
Yes.
What did you do before that?
In 2009, I built a consultancy firm. It was my first enterprise.
Yes.
Then I
2004, 2009?
2009.
Excellent.
And then I joined the startup in Tunisia, a gaming
You're from
studio.
Tunisia?
Yes.
then I think that's something to be.
And then we started with the
your definition
Any
about
exits, anything that go
your
no?
question about
No.
success
In the consultancy business, you're getting clients. That was tough, most likely, when
Still
starting
running.
off. Still running, but when you were starting off, you knew what the challenges of an entrepreneur are.
Yes.
Understood. And you built an incubator, and it's an incubator right now.
Accelerator the first time, and now it's an incubator.
And what's the difference between those right now for you?
With the accelerator, we were seeking technological startup, which is not the case with the incubator. Actually, the focus on the first venture was around technology and equity. We take equity from the
The
startups.
incubator, no.
No, it's grant-based, it's charity-based. We raised money for 5 years, non-profit, for 5 years.
You raised money enough for 5 years to go?
Yes.
All right, cool.
We have
What's the fund size? Can you disclose this?
$1 million for 5 years.
Cool. And your agenda, your mandate is to do what?
125 startups in 5 years.
I like that. I like very specific.
6 months incubation.
Categories again?
Idea stage, all idea stage,
And
focusing
types, subtypes of that?
social innovators and content creators.
Content creators. And what's a content creator?
Video games, maybe broadcast, books,
I like that.
illustrations,
partly given the size of the
stuff like
country,
Facade? Or the
they don't
name,
want to go
Afkar.
there.
Afkar, pardon me, because it's a hard name. Afkar.
it's idea in Arabic.
Afkar.
I
Afkar.
have ideas.
I like that. What do you need from these people?
100%
Ask.
ownership on the
Ask
Nord.
from these people
Now,
just to go
should-
to the web
So it should be a level playing field for all
to see
companies
our
here.
webpage.
And conversely, then all the companies that
engage with us.
incorporate
So there's
locally
125
also
companies you want to build up in 5 years, they don't have to come from Tunisia.
No, we accept acceleration. I mean,
operate beyond
people coming from
beyond Bahrain.
other
Now
countries.
that one of the
Excellent. So
implications
people from
of
the
this,
Gulf
of
too,
course,
potentially.
potentially, yes.
Whatever
Understood. So
you
contemplation will be one,
Bahrain
social
still has
challenges
its
need to be
underlying
solved.
value
I like that.
proposition,
Remind me of the final thing. 2 minutes, almost done.
mean that it's
What
not going to
is
be
your
equally good
fundamental
at
goal
everything.
with
It's
helping
not
those
going to be
125
equally
entrepreneurs?
competitive.
Why do you care, man?
We need them to come up with a proof of concept, an MVP by the end of the 6 months, and we connect them with people that will inspire them, will help them get to that point. We don't fund, we don't give seed fund
with
or
land availability, but I think there
money
is
for
a fundamental value proposition which is about human
Yes, and
capital.
we don't
it's
take
about
equity. It's
regulation,
totally free for
education,
them.
So the
and
1 million
also
is for
about
what?
cost and
1 million
and
is for
value
the
of,
operations
for money,
of
which
the
is
incubator.
competitive
How large
for,
is your
for
network
a lot
of
of
mentors?
companies, and it's the companies
Actually,
for which
we have
it is
something
compelling
like,
that
50
this
people,
country needs
but
to
it's growing.
focus
All right,
on
50 people,
attracting
and they're from
developing
Tunisia
America.
mostly.
No, worldwide.
Worldwide. So their backgrounds are corporate, consultancy, what is it?
I don't know.
People,
so
entrepreneurs,
failure
artists,
rate is
because we
in
are
Bahrain.
working with artists,
But when
tech
people say
enablers.
80,
I will ask this again. Why do you care?
Fail in
1 minute. Why do you care,
first
fundamentally?
5 years.
I need the people
I've
to
actually
engage with
written a
us through
chapter
the platform.
But why do
that
you care
debunks
personally
that
as
for
a
the
human
U.S.
I like working
Small
with, I'm
Business
learning with
Administration in the U.S.
the entrepreneurs.
says
Entrepreneur is a guy
55%.
who
So
focuses on
any
the
number
problem,
in the U.S.
search
that's
around
higher
it,
than
and come up with the
55%
knowledge.
is actually a
It's a
myth.
source of knowledge.
And people are trying to track
I will
down
shake your hand. We are
where the
done.
90%
Pascal?
of companies fail.
Afkar,
came from,
almost.
and
Afkar, I'm
nobody's
getting
been
there.
able to do
And
it.
Adele. Is that correct? You may sit down, Adele. Afkar. Excellent. Thank you very much. Please round of applause for this fine man.
Available at the top panel wants to ask any further questions, but thanks very much.
That got it down to around 10 minutes. Now I'm going to deliver a pitch as if I would be Adele from Afkar. Hi, my name is Adele. I'm the CEO, co-founder of Afkar. We are an incubator. We're an incubator for companies that want to solve real social challenges. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. I became a consultant back in 2009, and I saw that I have to get clients. I have to actually build solutions for my clients. Later, after that, I built an accelerator for tech companies taking equity. Through my journey, I figured out that I care about helping companies in Tunisia, helping companies all around the region. And I care on a fundamental level that I can help them grow and go for the same challenges I had as an entrepreneur, but go beyond it. That's why we built an incubator, Afkar. This Afkar has over 50 different entrepreneurs, artists too, in this network to give feedback to the next 125 entrepreneurs we're going to help in the 5 years of operations. I'm very excited about this. Now, we are based in Tunisia, and one of the stories in Tunis, the capital city of the country, is that there's 4 million people during the daytime. But when the nighttime hits, there's only 1 million left. And that's the reason. The reason for this is because people commute. They come in, they work, but they leave. And one of our founders, one of our current founders from the first 18 batch that we got over the past 2 months, is a woman who wants to solve that big problem of parking. Because all those cars are coming into the city, all those 3 million people need to find a parking spot, and she wants to build an application. Now, she doesn't have all the skills, all the context, but she can do it. So we're going to hook her up with anybody who can do technical development, advise her in a platform to do it, build a system that can scale, also beyond Tunisia. So this is Afkar. My name is Adele, and I've been an entrepreneur. I started as a consultant, built an accelerator, and now I'm building an incubator that doesn't take any equity and gives a lot of value to the founders so they can build and grow outside the region. The reason why I'm here is because I want to find founders from the Gulf, from all around the region, to join the incubator if you have an idea stage project, which means you might really care about one problem you want to solve, but you need help how to do it. Guys, this is Afkar. I'm Adele. Please get in touch with me if you want to actually build your idea and help me. Thank you very much.
The local pronunciation of it. So I'm going to be asking that a lot.
That was exactly 2 minutes, 31 seconds. How is that like?
Is that clear?
How is it like for you, ladies and gentlemen on the left?
Sir, you wanted to volunteer?
To the point. Now I'm going to give you a microphone and I'm going to engage you. This is something close to Socratic dialogue. So it's not one way. I engage you. Is that clear? Sir, what is that I've done? Please introduce yourself.
My name is Mubarak Al-Khawaisi, Managing Director.
Mubarak.
Managing Director of Perhaps Consultancy. I'm from Bahrain. About the
Try to keep it short, concise. What was this like for you?
Yeah, about the experiment that took place here. He was presenting his business and his thoughts, and then you pitch it like if you are adult.
What was it like for you?
Yeah. Well, I think it's very to the point. You summarize the whole experience about this business and deliver it in a concise and subtle way.
Understood. Anybody else? How was it like for you, all of you? Yes, miss, let's do it. Was clear, sir.
Now here's what the process goal is. I need to extract enough information to understand who you are.
So that had a structure.
What you're asking.
Understood. Thank you very much, miss.
Now sometimes you might be giving me vague answers and I will not understand.
Emphasis on impact.
Do it.
Thank you very much, miss.
Yeah, you mentioned the why, you spoke with certainty, you spoke with passion, the way you spoke was firm and on point, and you were serious and kind of were engaging the audience to, like, kind of demanding them to come on board, not asking them to come on board.
So I was firm. I was firm. Action. Miss. I'll do it very quickly. Yes.
I might not immediately see it, but I'm basically
I humanize it with a story. Thank you very much. Yes.
Sometimes making one is not exciting. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Clear?
I feel you. Relate to it. Thank you, miss. Let's do it.
So what is the name of your company, organization you're involved with?
I repeat it.
Afkar.
Understood. So why did I do that? Why did I repeat the name?
What is an early stage
Memory. I repeated that. So what else? What did I do? What? Describe it to me in functional terms.
Very broad line.
I had some passion there.
Idea stage. So
okay, I will introduce you to this. Yes. Could you speak up a little bit?
So
I use gestures.
Focus.
All right, clear. Now I'm going to introduce a new tool because now something else is going to happen. I'm going to ask for a second volunteer, but we're not going to have this chat. Instead, the next person who's coming here is going to tell their story on their own. You're going to have around a 2-3 minute time slot. I will give you the opportunity, one of the entrepreneurs in the room, to tell their tale. Is that clear?
Proof of concept.
Now, after that, that person is going to get direct feedback from you, the audience, so they can improve. Is that clear?
What I don't understand is
The first tool I'm going to apply, I'm going to use myself as an example. It's about excitement levels and measuring them. So I'm going to introduce a scale. 10 is very excited, 0 is, hello, I'm very excited to be here.
Innovation is important.
My passion is entrepreneurship. Dead, as in you are not excited at all. So 0, bottom scale, no excitement. 10, very, very excited. And I'm going to go 10, 9, 8, 7. And every time you felt personally that I corresponded, my level of delivery and excitement corresponded to a 5, a 6, or a 7, or a 4, or a 2, by the way, you can be very direct with me, you please raise your hand. I'm going to very quickly summarize. I will name a number such as 10, and if you felt my level of excitement during the pitch corresponded to a 10, please raise your hand. If it was a 5, raise your hand. Is that clear? How many of you did not understand what's to be done right now? Please be honest with me. Clear. Let's test it out whether people got it. My level of excitement, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you very much. 5. Thank you very much. 4.
Oh,
3.
that's very good.
2.
Yes.
Tunisia.
Thank you very much, miss.
Get the name of the
1
Afkar.
and 0.
Afkar.
So it seems my average is around the 8, maybe a little 7 mark, depending on how many we got of the 2s and 5s. My general average when I do this test is around an 8. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But that median is this. Why did I just perform this test on myself?
And during the day, it's a formula.
What was the purpose of this?
Coming from the suburbs, which they have to find a parking space.
Sorry?
And she's solving a very big problem.
A control metric. And how can you use this metric as a founder or somebody's presenting? To test your audience. Wait, let's see, let's put this in action. But I need the second volunteer. Somebody who wants to talk to this group of people about who they are, what they do, why they do it, and what they need.
7 more minutes. I thank you for your patience.
I like this spirit, sir. Please come here. And an applause for this fine man.
Plus minus. That's what we're doing right now. I'm showing you what's normally done behind the scenes.
Sir, you get a mic so you can connect with people. Once again, I want to know who you are, what you do, as in what you're representing, what you actually functionally do, why you do it, and what you need. I will measure you so you know the exact time. I will not stop you.
Yes.
Is that clear? Around 3 minutes, but I will not be doing a hard stop, so it's going to be good. Please, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, guys, my name is Muhammad Ali. I'm the founder of a company called طموح. طموح in Arabic means ambition. And unfortunately, our culture here doesn't help people have ambition. They all bash you down. So the whole point is I want to focus on developing the ambitions of young people. So how do I do that? I want to create entertaining educational experiences for young people. Because we've seen them, when we talk to them about school or university, people don't want to go to school and they always skip university. I want people to actually come and enjoy it. I want people to take off their weekends and come to my workshops or seminars that we're presenting, and I want them to enjoy it. That's the whole point of طموح. Making the experience enjoyable so people will actually like education and learning again. So we do a lot of things. We do workshops, we do seminars, we do programs. And I'm actually here just to showcase what طموح is and what we do, and hopefully maybe get some funding for to start up this more startup. My experiences, I've been working with young people for the past 15 years, conducted over 300 different workshops and seminars, organized over 50 different conferences and programs, and I really feel that it's time to actually make this entertaining. And I think entertainment is the best way to young people's hearts. Thank you very much.
All right, and an applause for this fine man. That took you around 1 minute and 40. Now you're going to stay here. You're going to stay here, sir.
Okay.
You're going to stay here. Once more, your name?
Muhammad Ali.
Hamid.
Muhammad Ali.
I like that. I like that very much. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the same test I applied to myself, and I encourage you to be completely honest. So if you feel it's a 2, you don't have to go, but, all right, clear. Feel it's a 5, go the same way, because you're helping the individual get honest feedback. Some cultures don't like the directness of it. I am in Estonia, we're traditionally very direct. We're introverted, very much so, but very direct.
I like it too.
Very good. So this is the purpose of improvement and helping him. Now, people who just joined us, we're going to be doing a scale. So 10, 9, 8, and that's about his excitement level. So that's what's going to happen right now. Please do the same thing. 10 on him, his excitement level. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Thank you very much, sir. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Please put it into an average for yourself. What's your average? Where's it gravitating?
7, 8,
7, 8,
7.5.
Something like this. Some of the stuff pulled it down. So you got the general metric. This is very good. Somebody from, say, Finland, where I also train people at, I like the honesty, guys. I like the honesty. Sometimes in Finland, people present like this. I will change language for Estonian, but you get the idea. Hello, my name is Juha Berkonen, and we're currently teeme ühe suure asja, nagu näete, slaidi peal on hästi huvitav teema. Or another subject would be, another country, another region would be, hello, my name is Vasily. We have a revolutionary project. You know, satellites. We want to disrupt an industry. So this is how it occasionally sounds. Right? So I deal with a lot of different cultures. So just to poke fun, and I know them so well, and don't take it wrong, only good humor. Now, here's what we're going to do differently now, though. I'm going to ask about memory from a few of you, just to see what's stuck in people's minds. For you, is that clear? Maybe a couple of people. Now, Miss, hello. What is your name? Yes, I'm looking at you. Hello. Mary. May I use a microphone for him? Mary, did you see his presentation? Okay, clear. Who? All right, so, sir, did you see his presentation? May I involve you? Excellent. Here's what I need you to do. Please quickly introduce yourself, your company.
My name is Osama Al-Mayed. I'm from Bahrain.
Excellent. What is the name of this fine man? And if you don't remember, just let me know.
Muhammad Ali.
Excellent.
Boxer.
Clear. What is your job is to just pay attention to him and see what's stuck. Do not nod. Do not disagree. Do not correct him. Do not whisper. Do not hint. Just see what's stuck, like a scientist would. Observe. Clear? Occasionally people still nod, even if when I said it to them. Occasionally. And I point their attention to it, and they go, oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize. Just take it note, right? What is the name of his company?
I forgot.
Thank you for your honesty. Let's quickly test this. How many people here would not be able to name the name of his company or organization? Please raise your hand. How many of you would not be able to name the name? That's your feedback. All right. What is that they do? Try to speak up into the microphone. So
I was actually, it's not fair because I was actually preoccupied with my phone.
This is excellent because a lot of audiences, including for me, they're in their phones.
But keep in mind I have a very short attention span, so it's nothing to do.
Sir, you're being very useful because the goal of this is exactly to illustrate what stays in people's minds and how much attention they give you.
Hi, my name is
so it's not a test for you, it's a test for him. You feel me? So I can move on, but you are given very valuable feedback, sir. Thank you very much. One more. Miss, you want to do it? Thank you, Shukran. One more. So I'm not going to ask about his name because it's seemingly very memorable.
Yes, Muhammad Ali.
And everybody in this neck of the woods is Ahmed or Muhammad? Muhammad, right? So what is the name of his company though?
طموح ambition.
طموح
in Arabic.
You're nodding.
Ambition. It means ambition.
So you remembered it. So how many of you remembered the name of the company in reference to the word ambition? All right, that's the second test. What is it that they do exactly?
They're trying to entertain the youth and the students to learn and like learning and to go to schools and do not skip the universities. They are conducting some courses and workshops and to make learning fun.
Do not nod. Do not Occasionally people do this. Is this? And they're asking for implicit feedback whether they're correct. When you're collecting feedback like this, by the way, I'm giving away my tools. This is how I learn to present. Sometimes you don't get this feedback, and I'm giving this to you right now. When you are validating her or correcting, you are giving a signal to everybody else. And you're polluting the data. This happens all the time. This happens all the time, so I'm informing you. 2 questions left. Why does he do it? Lemada, right? Lemada.
I think he mentioned in the beginning, he said that the people here in Bahrain, they need somebody to push them, to encourage them. This is what I got from the beginning.
Thank you. Keep in mind, her face, the people who don't see her, goes like this. So she isn't completely sure in what it's exactly like that. Is that clear? Is that correct? Finally, what does he need? How can you help him? What was his ask?
He needs funds.
How much money does he need?
I don't know, but he said that he's attending here. He needs help and somebody to support and give him funds.
Thank you very much. Please say your name and the name of your company.
I am Dr. Imam Matar from Ministry of Health.
From where?
Ministry of Health.
Excellent. Shukran. I very much appreciate it. Now, why did we just do this? Ladies and gentlemen, please.
How's that like?
To speak a little bit. Why did we just do this?
How's it like for you? Ladies
Miss,
on the
please
left.
speak up.
To the point. Now I'm going to give you a microphone and I'm going to engage you. This is something close to a Socratic dialogue. So it's not one way. I engage you.
Oh, this is very good.
Sir,
Now, I wish I would have more time with you. I wish normally what I'm doing in 1.5 hours takes me 2 days. Some of you know this directly. So this would be a legitimate concern. Now, I'm not going to address this right now, but thank you. This is an excellent point. And we have cultural differences. We have technology. So some pronunciation we will address. But thank you for the point. Thank you. Why did I just do this task, though? Remind me. What was the purpose?
You are adult.
Yes, sir.
What is it like for you?
Yeah. Well, I think it's
right. He
very
pitched it. Miss.
To the point.
Same.
You summarize the
Could you speak up? You had a voice.
The whole experience about
feedback.
business.
What sort of feedback? Why did I ask the fine gentleman right here and the fine woman right there to actually tell me this right now?
Yes, let's do it.
Why did I ask it like this?
Clear,
yes,
sir.
please speak up.
You had a framework that you fit Adele's presentation into.
So they had a structure.
You had a structure.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yes.
whether the message stuck, whether they understood it. Memory is a very useful tool. People might tell you, oh, this is really, really good. But what did stay in the minds of the audience? Because people act on memories. If they don't know your contact, how can they add your LinkedIn? If they don't know what you do, how can you make them care about what you do? Very basic, almost mundane things. But let's improve him. You got your feedback. Your excitement level is pretty good. But now we need to work on your content a little bit. So I'm going to become a sculptor. So you work with kids, is that correct?
I feel you. Relate to it.
High school level, primary level, where are you?
High school, university level.
First year university, second year university, master's?
Actually, it's from 15 to 35.
15 to 35. Yeah. How long have you been operating for?
6 months.
6 months. It's a new program. And why did you get into it?
It's because I think the youth, they have a lot of power, but it's not cultivated in the right way.
What does it exactly mean, not cultivated? Are there plants?
All right, clear. Now I'm going to
What do you mean by this?
It's because the environment around them is not like pushing them to actually reach their ambitions.
What does that mean?
It's limiting them to what they can do.
Can you give me an example?
An example is like someone who graduates with, for example, high GPA. At the end of the day, they get into a major that really doesn't use all their skills and all their passions. Just like, for example, someone, a student getting into accounting and just sticking to that and not looking at
So what do you want to do, man? What do you want to do about that?
I want to give them hope that they can achieve more than what they
How can
actually
you give them hope? You come up to them and say, have some hope, +5. Is that how you, here's some hope. Here's some hope.
It's through doing research and understanding what's available for them, and then presenting it to them. Jobs, opportunities, and entrepreneurship.
You've been operating for 6 months. What did you find out for your research? Give me an example, micro example, and macro example, and tell this to the group. With specifics, man.
Yeah.
It names everything. So for instance, accountant was better, but instead, what could they be doing?
Oh, probably they could create accounting systems that will manage the accounting, understanding what the new technologies that are affecting, such as like artificial intelligence, and how it will actually probably take over the role of an accountant.
What's your background?
My background is HR.
HR, so you worked in HR.
Yeah.
Can you give me an idea how many applications have you gone through while working in HR?
Oh, a lot.
How many? Thousands?
Thousands.
Oh, so start with that. So tell me the story, how you started essentially. So I was working as a HR manager in a company X, Y, and Z. For this many years, I've gone for thousands of applications. And I saw people applying with 4.0 GPA in accounting, but they were applying for a job they did not want to do. Can you do something like this?
So I actually worked in a university as a career guidance for 3 years, and a lot of the students that I've been working with, they were like taking the normal accounting business majors and not looking at the future of these majors.
You're still being vague. You're still being vague. Please stand still. Please stand still.
All right.
So when you are in control, please put your feet. You can still rotate your body. This is for people who tend to do tap dancing on stage. You know, plant your feet. When you learn how to control your movements, you can start moving on stage. But you need control to begin with. What you're doing, I gave you an example, but you're being a bit broad. I need you to be specific. Counselor is better, but how many applications have you gone through? And can you immediately give an example? So, a few years back, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, a lady came up to me. She had a beautiful GPA, whatever. She wanted to apply for this, but did she not want to do the job? Something like this. Don't make it vague. Make it specific.
All right.
Again, stand still. I know it's going to be challenging. You can redirect all that energy that you have, upper body, you can rotate, but please plant your feet.
All right, guys, my name
to a degree. When you master this, you can move sideways while still maintaining eye contact. Clear? Right. Let's try it again. Please be specific.
All right. 3 years ago, I had an amazing student. Just graduating from university. I'm currently looking for a job. He majored in accounting and he's looking for something in accounting. Knowing what's available out there, I knew he could do much better than just an accounting job. And he could do something much better to himself. Instead of just being an accountant, maybe he can get into technologies, into accounting, something that is needed in the labor market or maybe in the future.
I've gone through thousands of these applications.
Yeah, I've been through thousands of these applications.
And I decided instead to, what are you doing now?
And I decided to actually start طموح to help these kind of people. To help them actually find their calling, find their passions, and actually direct them and guide them on how to reach these passions.
All right, how was that compared to his first pitch?
And hopefully maybe get some
what changed
to start up this small startup.
Confident, what else?
My experience is I've been working with young people for the past 15 years, conducted over 300.
So he was relatable, it was direct, what else?
Organized over 50
story. There was a storyline.
And I really
it was engaging. Now I understand we have a diverse group of people here. Some of you said, well, the first one was better, it had more detail. I'm sure there's somebody like that, occasionally happens. Now, I approach it from a storytelling standpoint. The reason why I do this is because I want to get the details, and I want to relate, and I want to understand. You have improved, sir. Now, there's two sides. One is content, as in what you tell, and that one is delivery. You have fundamentally good delivery. You're engaging, you use your gestures. Pronunciation of words need work. So pauses, and all of that. And standing still could be improved. We don't have enough time to do all of that. But if you want to change how you pitch, I want you to speak with examples. Because if you want to be remembered, you need to give me just enough detail to get me interested and to get an idea that you care fundamentally. I want to see how you got to this. So you, a career counselor, going for all these applications, seeing that people can do so much more.
10, 9, 8, and that's about
feel me?
excitement level.
I'd suggest to write down this feedback
Please do the same thing.
and write down the story you just said and add a little more detail to it.
9.
Shukran, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hand of applause for this fine man.
7. 6. 5. Thank you very much.
Now there's going to be something different again. Now, keep in mind that this is my job, and I gave you a small glimpse of how I approach training people.
Put it into an average for yourself.
But there's
What's
something
your average?
else.
Where's
When
the
I
graph?
train people to pitch for funding,
7, 8,
capital,
something
money,
like this. Some of the stuff pulled it down.
I need to work with founders who, for instance, work with VCs, venture capitalists. And those venture capitalists sometimes ask very tough questions. Now I'm going to skip 1/3 of my presentation right now, and I'm going to get to the point of the second act. Now I'm going to skip these parts because I never know what the audience will need
Another subject
in that context.
Another country, another region will be.
There we go. So I've conducted a study on a conference called Slush in Helsinki. Now Slush attracts over 20,000 people in attendees. It's a large conference. And they have a format since 2008. Since 2008, you have 100 founders pitching on stage. Imagine a massive amount of companies coming in. And they're all looking for money, for capital to grow the businesses. All the Silicon Valley VCs, all the European VCs show up at this conference.
Now, hello.
You good?
What is your name?
Because I can see you're falling asleep a little bit. This is challenging. You good? You good? All right. So I've had over 290 of them transcribed. So it's 215,000 words, 1,047 questions, 1,041 answers. Down to the every ooh, fill,
My name is Osama.
pause, everything. So I have a massive data set. The reason why I did this is because of the questions being asked.
Muhammad Ali.
Now here's
What is
the data set on the left is mine. The data set on the right for a conference called TechCrunch Disrupt Battlefield is by Columbia University researchers. And the reason why I'm telling you all of this is because it applies to your line of work. Because if you ever face a question from an investor asking, okay, what's your competition? It applies to you. If you've been asked about your market size, it applies to you.
What is the name of this company?
If you've been asked by the government or anybody in your culture a question that asks you to prove yourself, that's trying to prevent risk, trying to vet and see whether you know what you're doing, it applies to you. So here's what the Columbia University researchers focused on. They took this prominent TechCrunch event. They took 6 years worth of this. And they want to see why do female founders get different kind of questions than male ones.
A lot of audiences, including for me, they're
You get
in
it?
their phones.
Because the lady herself, now before she became a Columbia researcher, she was an entrepreneur, like many of you here. And in the US, her tagline was, there's a TED Talk on the subject, but she basically pitched every VC on the West Coast.
So I can move
That's
on,
her
but
thing.
you
And
are-
she
you'll be
noticed
very
that her
valuable
male
feedback,
co-founder
sir.
was getting different
Thank you
sets of
very much.
questions that she was.
One
And she
more,
wanted to
one
find
more.
out why.
Yes, you want to do it.
So she looked at a data set and she found out two different types of
I'm not going to
questions
ask about his name because
that
it
I'm
seems
going to
very
talk about
memorable.
shortly. They're focused on prevention and they focus on promotion. And I use a very similar methodology to them.
So what is the
My
name of
data
this
set though
company?
is about 3-minute pitches and 2 to 4 minute Q&As, question and answer sessions.
You're nodding.
And theirs is about 6 minutes pitching and 6-minute Q&A. Now this is the broad description to you,
Remember
stats.
the name of the company. in
These are the
reference to
7
word
things
ambition.
that investors will likely ask you
All right, that's the second test.
based
What is
on
it that they
my
do
work.
exactly?
They want to know about the market. Surprise, surprise. How big is the market, for instance? Which market are you going to? They want to know how you're earning money. That's what the business model is about. Keep in mind, these are real keywords, and they're categorized based on frequency. So imagine looking at 290 pitches at the same time, over 1,000 questions at the same time, and seeing the patterns. And these are the patterns. So if you are preparing for a tough Q&A, this is going to help you out.
Listen feedback,
Is
whether
that clear?
they're correct. When you're collecting feedback like this,
Even in a
I'm
client
giving away
meeting,
my tools.
even
This
in a
is how
government
I
meeting,
learn to present.
this
Sometimes
findings will
don't
help
get
you.
this feedback, and I'm giving
Now,
this to you right
bit
now.
bright,
When you are
focus on only
validating
one
work,
question
correct?
to get you an example. It's the same categories we just seen, same categories.
This happens all the time.
But focus on the
This
only
happens
in
all
one.
the time when I'm informing you.
I'll give
Two
you a moment.
questions left. Why does he do it? Lemata, right? Lemata.
Why are these questions called promotion questions?
They need somebody to push them.
Feel free to engage.
encourage them.
Sir, please speak out for the group.
This is what I got from the beginning.
Thank you. Keep in mind, her face, people who don't see her, goes like this. So she's completely sure in what it's exactly like that. Is that clear? Is that correct?
So they're leading in a certain direction. And what sort of direction?
Basically, whatever direction that you need to go into. So.
All right, anybody else? Promotion. Sir, one moment. I'm coming to you. Shukran. I have to keep the audience engaged a little bit.
Thank you very much. Please
Could you please introduce your name, your company's name, and then say what you just said?
My name's Hans. I'm from California, and I help companies commercialize products. So what they're looking for is what the growth is, from the time they invest to the time they exit.
Excellent. Growth. They want to understand growth, and that's bingo, man. That is exactly what this is about. So when somebody's asking you a promotion-focused question, they want to see what the current growth is. Now, but those
potential growth,
for instance, and in this context, it's that question, that promotion question yields the promotion answer. You're matching it. You're without almost thinking, immediately answering about the potential growth. And that's the key word I'm going to come back to. But here's the second set of questions that is very, very different. Keep in mind, these are real transcripts, so that's why they're a little messy. Maybe the phrasing is a little off because they're real people. And sometimes when you're in a real environment, things get messy.
Remind me, what was the purpose?
Please pick one question, just one, for yourself, and please read it.
Sir. Right, how he pitched it, miss.
Spot on.
Same. Can you speak up? You have a voice. Feedback. What sort of feedback? Why did I ask? The fine gentleman right here and the fine one right there.
Why are they called prevention questions?
Why
Ladies and gentlemen.
Like this?
Any takers?
Speak up.
All right. Please speak up loud and proud. While I'm walking the back. You can shout too.
Okay. Where is the message stuck?
Why are they prevention focused?
To understand and manage risk, potential risk.
They're managing risk. Spot on. Guys, you were really sharp. I have to speed up.
What did stay in the minds of the audience?
Before it happens. They're managing risk before it happens. Excellent. Thank you. So here's what this means. So when somebody's asking you about your competition, you're going to end up talking about your competitors most likely, of how you're better than them. But you're rating in a defensive standpoint. Now here's what the Columbia folks found. They found for TechCrunch, for every additional prevention question you raise, I think around $3.8 million less.
First year university, second year university.
For every additional one. And guess what, ladies?
50 to 35.
You're a lot more likely to get a prevention question than a man would, according to their data set.
It's because I think the youth,
you feel me?
They have a lot of power, but it's not cultivated.
So that was her focus. My focus is more broad. I'm only informing you because I'm a practical man and I want to prepare you. So I will remind you, promotion is about growth and opportunity. Prevention is about managing risk, vetting, checking whether there's anything wrong with this.
Limiting them to
so this was one example. Let's test it out. Whether you guys got it.
An example is like
this is a real man, a real investor from Finland. Once at a conference, I brought him a beer on stage because he has a really active night and he really needed a beer.
Just like, for example,
what sort of question is this? I know it's a big one, it's a messy one, and I'll address that a bit later.
So what do you want to do?
Based on what we learned, what sort of question is it? Prevention, neutral, promotion? Sir, it's promotion. How many of you believe it's a promotion question? Please raise your hand. How many of you don't know? Please raise your hand. Understood, clear. This is a promotion question specifically in the data. It focuses on vision, opportunity, the future, it's aspirational. Now, the debt giveaway in the back, because the numbers are great, because who's asking, in the context of somebody already mentioned traction, as in where the company is.
Accounting was better, but instead what
this is a comparison of the data set.
Probably they could
Slush, conference in Helsinki, over half the question with an error rate on plus minus 5% is prevention focus. Now for TechCrunch, you have a lot more promotion questions.
Actually probably take over.
This is what to give you an idea. So you are, regardless, 30 to 50% likely to actually face a prevention question. The one that affects your funding, your job opportunities for people who are looking for employment, when you have a job interview.
Oh, so start with that. So tell me the story.
There's nice questions, good questions are good for you, and some that are not. And I'm going to teach you how to reframe and change the way you answer those questions so you can succeed. That will be the point.
But they were applying for a job they did not want to do.
This is a year-by-year comparison. That's the point of this. 2017, 2016, 2015. And the bottom is a benchmark for Colombians. The point of this is consistent. Randomized sample of 100 people every year. So it's a trend, guys. It's a trend. It's a thing.
You're still being big.
This is a big one. Now, how many of you have asked a question on a jury? You, being a judge,
you can still rotate your
this
body.
is for you. When you're asking a long question, the likely result will be a person who will not understand the whole question and get confused. I've seen it happen in real life. So let's say, somebody from 500 startups asking a question because they had a long flight. And they respond by the founder, I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. I call them Frankenstein questions.
2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Because they consist of a lot of different body parts and you don't know which one to focus on. This was the answer to Yuha's question, the previous question we all analyzed.
Again,
what sort of an answer is it? And I'll give you a moment. It's a messy transcription, so it's real. Keep that in mind.
You have upper body, you can rotate, but please plant your feet. Otherwise it's distracting to a degree. When you master this, you can move sideways.
What sort of answer is it?
Clear? Let's try it again.
Promotion,
be specific.
Neutral, prevention.
3 years ago, I had an amazing student.
It's a messy answer. That's what happens. Now, founders in the room, when you're giving an answer, have the confidence to put a full stop, a period, and then of the sentence. Do not just keep on talking. When you're asking a question, ask the question from a jury. Please answer in a short, direct way. Do not just keep talking because a lot of it will be forgotten, as you noticed from the pitch environment. Now, this has prevention elements in it, but mostly it's still promotion because he's matching. Got asked about the vision, he's talking about the vision. Now, it's a messy answer, but still the core of it is about what they want to do. It's still promotion. Now, keep in mind, there's ranges.
To have them actually find their calling, find their passion,
but instead of fearing long answers,
them and guide them in how to reach these passions.
All right, how was that?
I want to teach you
first pitch.
How to tackle this.
What changed?
Because you're 6 times more likely to answer
what else?
A prevention question with a prevention answer, to match. So I want to teach you how to avoid that, how to work with that, and instead focus on opportunities.
What else?
For that, I need another volunteer who's going to quickly do their 1-2 minute pitch. And the audience, you, will start asking them prevention questions, promotion questions,
I'm sure there's somebody like that.
and see how they respond.
Now,
But I need another volunteer for this.
And the reason why I do this is
you will pitch 1 to 2 minutes, something, it's not a hard stop, and all of you will formulate a question. Not at the same time, I'm going to pick a few volunteers, but I want you to learn how to do this.
You have fundamentally good
Sir,
delivery.
please join us on stage.
Use your gestures.
Once again, hand of applause for the fine man, please.
Pauses, and all that, and standing still.
On?
Yes,
sir.
Don't have enough time to do all of that.
It's your show.
Thank you.
Please do who you are, what you do, why you do it, what you need, as in the ask at the end, and who you are, what you do, what you need. So who, what, why, ask. And then they're going to ask you questions. Some of those questions are going to be prevention focused. Your job will be to reframe them, and I'll show you how. Clear? Do your thing, man.
How much time do I have?
I'll give you around 3 minutes.
Okay. I'm Winston Wilkins. I am an entrepreneur that started out in media production, and then I got interested in software development to increase my capacity. I live in the Caribbean, and we're known for tourism, sports, and music. I found that if we're to create jobs in our Caribbean environment, we have to be affecting our world in a way that provides value, and we decided to do that through software. So we train software engineering students to work in North American markets and
through that process, we create higher value jobs, higher value employment for our Caribbean citizens. We have a success story in each of 4 countries in the Caribbean. I'm going to focus on a student named Josiah in Trinidad. He is of Indian descent, East Indian descent, much like some of you here, and he is introverted, very soft-spoken, but his skills as a software developer are very good. We were able to train him in the soft skills that he needed to be impressive to North American employers, and we were able to show him how to identify innovation or value creation opportunities within organizations, and we were able to put him in front of North American tech companies. Within 2 weeks, he was able to be employed in a company in the US and has continued to be employed on contracts consistently for the last year. We started with our first cohort of about 15 people in Jamaica. And as of last week, 2 years later, we have engaged with the entire country of Trinidad and their software engineering student population for the entire country. We are making inroads into Antigua, Barbados, and St. Lucia at a national level. And what we would like is opportunities in developed markets like UAE to engage our Caribbean software engineers to give them employment to help build software in your countries. Thank you very much.
Round of applause for this fine man. Let's do it. That was 2 minutes and 51 seconds. I will have to comment that you have very measured delivery, a lot of specifics. Good. The challenge is that you might have put us to sleep a little bit.
I saw that.
Yes. So you're doing. So we will address questions shortly and learn how to do this, but we need to address your delivery because otherwise these people will not pay attention to you.
Sure.
Now, what I want to understand is the purpose behind what you're doing, as in why do you care about this?
So she looked at a data set and
I was running a startup before and could not find software developers in my own market.
Let's use that sentence. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to add emotion to it. Okay. Use the same sentence.
Okay.
We'll have a big, nice smile there.
Okay.
You can also reveal how frustrated you were.
Okay.
Get it?
Okay.
Whatever you need to do, just release that frustration.
Now, this is a broad description to you. Stats.
I was doing my own startup a few years ago, but I could not find a software developer to build my app. I went from software to developer to software developer and was not making any progress.
Now the coach is this. So now, and this is more upbeat and excited, open gestures, not as in you hitting something, but now, the contrast.
But now, because of what we're doing, I have access to over 100 software developers because of the training that we were doing.
Okay.
Now we have enough to share.
How's that? Much better, much better. You have to be, no matter how long your flight was, you still need to be animated, ladies and gentlemen. You get it? Otherwise, will people not pay attention to you?
Understood.
You got it?
Yes.
I'm reminding, I'm sure you understand this because you have the ability to do it. That you still have to deliver it in authenticity, in a real way.
Right.
You got to get yourself in that mode. When you're here, you have to get their attention.
Right.
You got it?
Understood.
Now, your job now is to ask him one prevention question and one promotion one.
Why are these questions?
We'll start with prevention-focused
promotion questions.
Who would like to start? A prevention-focused question is the one focused on risk and mitigating it, as opposed to promotion, which is growth. Miss? How many companies are doing exactly the same amount of work, the same type of work that you are doing? The competition. Very good.
In each Caribbean island, there are at least 2 companies that are doing what we're doing. The difference is that we are focused on the software engineering student as they're leaving school, which means that they have the theoretical skill or the theoretical training to solve business problems and we're just giving them the soft skills at that level. Everybody else is going in from the high school level and starting at very early stages, which gives them 5 years at least to be effective to the market. We're able to do this right away.
Okay. So his answer early on started essentially justifying it as competitors, and that's why we're better, and all of that, the traditional response. When you're faced with this kind of question, you don't actually have to always directly go, oh, this is how many competitors we have. Instead, you can acknowledge that the market we have has a lot of great players. And we are one of them, and we're excited to be addressing a market of X, Y, and Z, the size. So you can reframe and focus around growth. Acknowledge the questions being asked. Instead of saying competitors, say players, for instance, and say that you're excited about having them. Do not diss your competition. Do not say they're bad in any way or imply that. Try it. So one way to buy yourself time to think through this is rephrase the question she asked. So Miss, do you understand it correctly? You would like to know. Try that. It will give you enough time to think, and then you can reframe the question when answering. Is that clear?
Understood.
They're managing
Do it.
risk.
Same question.
Miss, let me see if I understand your question. You want to find out how many players there are in the market that are addressing the same problem that we
So
are.
when somebody's asking you about your competition,
Okay, don't frown next time, but it was much better.
Okay.
Otherwise, like, that's a stupid question.
Okay.
It can't be received, not all the time, but sometimes. You don't always smile, instead say, show that. But it was good, it was good. Now answer it.
They found for TechCrunch, for every additional prevention
There
question
are
you raise on 3.8
many players
million
across the
less.
10 English-speaking Caribbean markets within the Caribbean. However, we've recognized that there is a pipeline from grade 9 or high school to employment when students reach 25. We have placed ourselves at the point when they're leaving university and put our participants directly into job placements. We need all our competitors in place across the...
Forget about competitors, focus on market and growth now.
Okay, so we have over 100,000 students across the Caribbean that fit into that pipeline and need jobs.
That's massive.
Right. And we fit into that point where of the funnel where 1,000 of...
Based on what we learned, what sort of question is it?
I don't need that.
Okay.
You're like a college professor that goes, now it's here, now the percentage point is here, now it's here.
Okay.
Now it's here. My job here, so you're doing better, but now
How many of you
focus
don't
on
know?
how
Please
many.
raise your hand.
Focus on how big.
Understood.
Focus
Clear.
on opportunity.
This is a promotion
You're
question
still
specifically
justifying
in the data.
and being like, this is where it's heading.
Okay, so 100,000 was fine.
That was interesting.
Okay.
Expand on that. See the opportunity you see.
Okay. The opportunity that we see is to be able to identify that 10% of those people who are leaving that funnel and looking for jobs in the region and internationally.
All right, how's that more or less right now? It's better. Now, you're still very cerebral. So these are real people, real students. It's not just a funnel. Right? It's not just data. Right? You got it. So you have to pick the words. And where you focus on the mission and the growth and opportunity. You don't have to do it immediately right now. You need to sit down. That's my immediate feedback to you, sir. Now, your pitch is very good, detailed. You seemingly know what you're talking about. Your challenge will be delivery. When you're mad, you're mad. When you're excited, you're excited. And when you're answering questions, keep it short. Keep it short. Less than 60 words. Don't explain to me everything with the pipeline. Instead, focus how many players and how exciting it is, and how that we have 100,000 users or 100,000 people, students who can actually do it. But they're real people with a real problem, very big problem, and you want to solve that. And that's where you get a kick out. Is that clear?
The point of this is consistent.
Thank you very much, man. Good luck with that. Thank you.
Every year.
I need a second volunteer to keep this going because I want to give you as many of you an opportunity to practice.
This is a big one.
This is tricky,
now,
as you can
how
see.
many of you have
You might
asked a
cerebrally,
question
intellectually
on the jury?
understand what is being done,
You being a judge.
but you still do something
For
else while
when
you're
you're
here.
asking a long question,
You got to get
the
practical.
likely result
So I need another
will be
volunteer.
a person who will not understand the whole question and get confused.
We've been going, I go to rate. We've been going like everybody's suddenly like, hey, hands up, I want to do it. But who's the next one? I will encourage everybody. Sir, please come here. And one more hand, an applause for this fine man. Let's do it. Your show, try to keep your pitch down to around 2 minutes, all right? And we will ask you prevention-focused questions.
Thank you.
Let me take you to 1940s. In 1940, people started growing coffee seed. Those people started coffee seed, they made lots of money. Then come 1970. This coffee seed started, the vendors started distributing this coffee seed. This vendor made lots of money. Then come 2000, the dot-com industries. This is called service industry. These service industries like Starbucks, McDonald's, they started selling these coffees and they made lots of money. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are in the 2019 and the future is excellence. We are in the excellence industries. For example, you go to the Starbucks and you spend 3 BD, but actually the coffee is only cost 500 fils. So you are paying for the ambience, you are paying for the Wi-Fi, you are paying for the excellence. My name is Akbar Khan. I represent UrbanSoft, and we are the leading champions of Bahrain who develop the app developments and websites and enterprise applications. We are the leaders because we work with the excellence team, we work with the excellence client, and we believe the excellence is the near future where you and me are going to make lots of money. That's it.
Okay. Pause. Let's do it.
To answer a prevention question.
All right, I'll give you another opportunity. Now, I like the enthusiasm. That's good. You were very fast, and some of the things I did not quite get. It's your pronunciation, so I didn't immediately understand it. Another thing is your word choice. Now, I'm not going to analyze all of it. Instead, I'm going to give you an opportunity to slow down, have the same enthusiasm, but tell me in practical terms, what the heck do you do, man?
But I need another.
Okay, you feel me? Not excellence, but
1 to 2 minutes.
we make coffee, whatever.
It's not a hard stop.
You get it?
And all of you.
And it's like, okay, what kind of coffee? Ah, I see. Short sentences, like bursts.
But I want you to learn how to do
Slow down, though. Nice, clean, specific, basic.
We are UrbanSoft. We develop apps, softwares, and enterprise applications. So in Bahrain, we have developed more than 30 applications. We are working with one of the top industries in Bahrain, for example, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Culture, and KPMG. So we develop apps, and we have more than 30 developers in Bahrain in-house.
Okay, how's that?
Some of those questions are
That's understandable. All right, clear. Let's use that. So thank you very much. You can still slow down a little bit, which is fine. You don't have to do it immediately. Your job now is to ask him a prevention-focused question. Sir, and then, yes.
I'm Winston Wilkins.
Please speak up as an increase your volume.
I'm an entrepreneur that started out in media production, and then I got interested in
Okay, we
software
cannot hear this.
development to increase my capacity. I live in the Caribbean, and we're known for tourism, sports, and our music.
Can you formulate a question for everybody?
Yeah.
I found
So his question is that among
create
the many
jobs
competitors, how we are differentiate from other
our
competitors in
Caribbean
terms of technology.
environment,
Sure, that's an excellent question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So in terms of competitor, so as we said, we work with the excellence developers.
So we train.
We work, and in terms of technology, we have, for example, for the applications, we use native, hybrid, and many technology. So in terms of competitions, we work with the developers who have around 8 to 10 years experience. We work with the experienced developers. That's how we make us to stand, differentiate with other IT companies in Bahrain.
All right, so his answer was focused on proving the credibility of his team. Is that correct? When you're trying to prove something, you're not immediately in a good location because you're being defensive a bit. Instead, you can focus on your team still, but talk about how excited are you to work with them and what you guys have done for those 30 applications. So, sir, thank you very much. And What I'm excited about is our team has done this and this, and I love to work with them every day. And can you swap the focus of that answer about how the team is great and you enjoy that, and not to prove that, oh, they have 8 years of experience doing this and all of that. You get it? But please be specific. You can mention some of the applications.
Within 2 weeks,
Clear?
he was able to be employed in
the team we have in our team,
in the US,
since you said I'm not going to talk about the developers, so they are...
Start over. Please think through your sentences. You're being messy. Think through your answer and then say it. Do not think and speak at the same time.
2 years later,
and please stand still when you're answering at least.
Of Trinidad and their
software
engineering
stand alone in Bahrain because of the credibility, because of the team. We enjoy working with the clients. The team we have is like they work with the full dedications, with the full passion towards the client. All the requirements are met end to end, whatever the clients need.
Give you an example now. So story. So like once we had a client and I saw how they could pull it off.
For example, we had the client with KPMG in Bahrain. So we were working with the VAT applications in there. So they had lots of requirements because VAT is something new in Bahrain. So they didn't know it. So our team, our developers helped them to understand each requirement, and they were very happy. They said, wow, in 1 hour we explained them in a very systematic way for them it took 2 to 3 months to understand. For our developers, they just explained them in 1 hour.
Okay, how was the difference between his previous answer?
I was running a startup before and could not find software developers.
The challenge here is that you're quite fast and your pronunciation is a little off occasionally. So you're rapid fire and it really taxes my attention span. You feel me? So you need all the time you can get to formulate the question. You also have a tendency to speak in generalities and a few buzzwords.
I was doing my own startup a few years ago.
Is that clear?
I could not find a
Slowing
software
down,
developer
standing still, which will be almost an equivalent.
I went from software to the was not making any progress.
That would be a better answer. And by that, if the example with KPMG is exciting, and you can be specific about the requirements, you will show how you're different.
What we're doing,
that implicitly.
I have access to
here's how we're different. We have a really good team. Very credible.
Because of the training that we were doing. Okay, now we
you
have
feel me?
enough to share.
How's that? You got it. Right? There's a comment. Right. You have one more question. Is that correct? Excellent. I will give a mic very briefly. So, Miss, may I ask you to pass it along? Because it's very quiet. So, a prevention-focused question.
You still have to deliver authenticity in a real way.
Hi, I am Alphonse from Angola. Which amount of money you need it? What for what use and which payback I can expect?
All right. Are you raising funds right now? No, okay, so try a different one. So he's not raising funds, but for instance, you're trying to vet the company. So you're trying to formulate whether they're good enough to build an application for you. So they are a service firm. They are not raising money, seemingly. I can give you a moment where you can go move to somebody else. If you, somebody else, that's cool. All right, does anybody else have a prevention-focused question for anybody here? Anybody here for him?
That's very good.
All right.
Caribbean
Cool.
There are at least two companies that are doing
and then I will take it.
what
Your job
we're doing.
will be to reframe it, so just to solidify.
That we are focused on.
Miss, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Leonie
Software engineering
Baldacchino from the
students
University
as
of
they're
Malta.
leaving school,
I'm interested
which
in
means
your
that they
company,
have
but
the
I'd like to know
theoretical
how you
skill
will make
or
your
the
apps
theoretical
visible
training
in
to
amongst such
solve
a large number of
business
apps that are
problems.
available.
Oh,
And we're just
discoverability.
giving
That's
them
an
the
excellent
soft
question.
skills
That's a
at
very
that
big
level.
one.
Everybody
Especially
else is going in
you have a moment to
high
think.
school level.
I'd kindly encourage you
and
to
starting
paraphrase her question back to her
early stages, which gives
to get
them
some time
5
to think
years
and make sure
at least
you're answering the right question.
to be effective
Clear?
to the market. We're able to do this right away.
Okay. No. Oh, you didn't hear it.
His answer early on
Okay, so
started
she is
essentially justifying
okay.
competitors.
She's asking you how you're going to make sure the apps are going to be visible on the Play Store App Store because there's a hell lot of them.
Always directly go
You get it?
how many competitors we have. Instead, you can acknowledge that.
So you're going to rephrase that, paraphrase it.
The market we have has a lot of great players.
Thank you. She said that how's the apps is gonna be on the app stores and the iOS, right? Yeah. So I think for me, this is not the question I can answer because I'm not the tech guy. I will take you to our technical team who take care of these application app stores and the storing on the application.
Try it.
Okay, that was a messy answer quite a bit.
Buy yourself time to think for this. Is rephrase the question she asked. So, Miss, do you understand correctly? You would like
How
to
will
know,
people find
try
out
that.
about
Give
you,
enough
your
time to
company,
think,
and your app?
And then you can reframe the question when answering it. Is that clear?
Miss,
Do it.
let
Same
me-
question.
Miss, let me see if I understand your question.
You can find us on the LinkedIn
how many
about the company
players there are
and on
in
the
the market
since we are doing lots of
that
SEO.
are
So when you
addressing
type
the same
the
problem
Urban
that we
Soft in Google, so make sure that our company is going to be on the top because we are doing our SEO for our company. So you're going to find out there.
Can't be received.
All right.
All the time, but sometimes.
It seems that your answers in this domain are generally they need work quite a bit.
Okay.
Quite a bit, and this seems like a product challenge
There are
as in your service level. So I don't
many
know if
players across the 10
you actually focus on
English-speaking
discoverability, or
Caribbean
you
markets
focus on
within
marketing, or you're
the-
purely a software house.
within the Caribbean.
I don't know that. It seems like you're purely a bunch of nerds developing software.
However,
That's how it seems, to be honest.
we recognize that there
Your
is a
answers when you
pipeline
don't know
from
something,
grade
you
9
can just
or,
say, I don't do this,
or
I don't know.
high school
That's fine too.
to
But I'd
employment
love to put you in
when
touch with somebody who
students
does.
reach 25.
May I get your contacts
We
later on?
have placed
That would be a good
ourselves
response. This is very good
at the point
when you
where
have a
we
jury
leave the university
and the jury is
and
asking one
putting-
question that's
put
so
our participants
insidious, it's so
directly
challenging.
into job placements.
And you don't know,
We
and you
need
start
all
just
our
talking
competitors
over it
in
and
place
BSing.
across-
Forget about
Do
competitors.
not do that.
Focus on market and growth now.
Don't
Okay.
do that. Do not just
So
talk
we have
over it. If you don't
over
know, you don't know.
100,000
It doesn't mean that every
students
question you get, you say,
across
I don't know.
the
I will
Caribbean
put you in
that
touch with
fit
somebody who
into
does.
that pipeline and need
That
jobs.
doesn't mean that.
That's massive.
But
Right.
at least
And
once
we
you can
fit
do that.
into
You feel me?
that
And having
point
the full
where
confidence to
of the
admit that.
funnel
And that will give you
where
more confidence in you as
1,000
a
of-
decision maker than you trying to BS your way out of it.
I don't need
You
that.
got it?
Okay.
I will shake your hand. You may sit down. You may sit down there. Hand of applause. You got to slow down
Okay.
and you have to more specifics.
My job here, so you're doing better, but now focus on how many.
Here's what I'm
Focus
gonna
on
do.
How big. Focus on opportunity.
I'm going to close my presentation and I'm going to ask all of you to introduce yourself to one another, at least the person next to you who you don't know, but not immediate.
Expand all that. See
I
the
will finish up.
opportunity you see.
Okay. The opportunity that
Now
we
this
see
man
is
is
to be
one of my
able to
favorite
identify
authors,
that
Neil
10%
Gaiman. How many of you
of
know
those
who
people
he
who are
is? Could you
leaving
please raise your
that
hand?
funnel and looking
All right.
for jobs
People, it's not yet
in
popular in the Middle
region
East, I guess,
and
beyond.
internationally.
Neil Gaiman
Right,
written
that's
things
more
like
or less
American
right
Gods,
now.
for instance, which is now
That's better.
a lovely
Now,
TV
you
show.
are still
I
very
kindly
cerebral.
recommend it.
These are real people
He's a
who
great
are
author.
serious.
He
It's not just
has,
a fun.
how should I put it, he's a student
Right? It's not just
of a thing called the
there, right? You got
monomyth,
it.
a hero's journey.
You have to pick
Now
your
he
words.
doesn't like to probably
Okay?
admit it,
You
but
focus
it's a
on
plot
the
structure.
mission
He
and
likes
growth
to follow it, and his books resemble that. Now, but this quote from one of his collection of short stories, Fragile Things, applies to you.
You know what you're talking about.
I'm going to give you a moment to read it.
When you're mad, you're mad.
He's one of the
When
great
you're excited,
writers.
you're excited. And when you're answering
Modern
questions,
writers.
keep it short, right? Keep it short, less than 60 words. Don't explain to me everything with the 10 pipeline. Instead, focus how many players and how exciting it is, and how that you have 100,000 users or 1,000 people, students who can actually do it. But they're real people with a real problem, a very big problem, and you want to solve
I'm going to
that.
keep it up.
That's what you gotta
People
keep
who want to
up.
complete it, complete
Is
it.
that clear?
But here's one I want to turn it into a practical thing.
Good luck with that. Though.
Many of you don't know each other right now.
I need a second volunteer. To
I want you to turn to the person next to you, and I want you to talk to them. I want you to first introduce yourself. Hi, my name is this. I do this. Maybe 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds.
Something else.
And then have that other person do the same.
You got to get practice.
Networking purposes, because this is what the company, this whole thing is about, is meeting people. Please get introduced to a person
We've
who
been
you
going,
don't
I go
know.
to rage. We've been going like everybody
Next
just
to
me
you.
like, hey, hands up.
Tell your tale, tell your story, and I want to make sure that the next time the person sees you, they don't just have a blank stare, but they remember you.
This show, try to keep everything
Do you
down
feel
to
me?
about 2 minutes, all right?
Now my name
will ask you prevention focused
is Gleb.
questions.
Gleb Maltsev. I'd love to connect with you on
let
any
me take
social
you
media platform you have,
1940s.
maybe Facebook, maybe LinkedIn.
In 1940,
I'll
people
still
started
stay
growing
here. I will talk
coffee
to
seed.
you. I'll give you feedback
Those
if needed.
people
But
started
first,
coffee
please,
seed
They made lots
You
of
can stand
money.
up
Then
and you can introduce yourself to the
1970.
person next to you who
This
you
coffee
don't
state
know.
started, the
So
vendors
get to
started
know them.
distributing these coffee
Guys,
states.
the official part is
These
over.
vendors
Let's start
made
networking. Thank you very much.
lots of
Shukran.
Then
We're done
come
for today.
2000, the dot-com industries. This is called service industry. These service industries like Starbucks,